Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Separate Ways, Part 7. We're almost at the end. We just need to get to the communications facility and attach the briefcase to their main computer, and then from there, just make our way to the end. We're going to go ahead and just restock and craft any weapons that we need because I'm not sure when the next time we'll see the merchant. Probably in the next area, given that we're officially done with this area. So I'm going to make sure that I have everything before we leave because more than likely we're not going to be able to come back.
Not exactly covert, but it'll have to do.
That makes sense that this place would have a sophisticated, communications thing, because it looks like this island at first was being used as a facility to create metal, like a metal foundry, and also like a crude oil facility. And they're pretty far off the coast. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had to have some sort of really good communications hub in order to communicate with the mainland if there's any issues, especially given that there's a lot of storms out here. Ever since we got to this village, it's been storm central for the last few hours. So it makes sense that they have to have like a big antenna that can withstand any offshore storms that may cause issues for their production line.
Enjoy the ride. Excuse me, can I see your ticket? Not my favorite carnival ride.
Hello, stranger.
It's good to know that we can do any last minute shopping if you didn't with the last merchant before we left. Um, Given that I've already gotten everything that I can get from him, I still have some spinels I can probably trade for some gunpowder. But for right now, I think I'm okay. It looks like we have possibly one last request before we leave the island. I think I see a little bit of a blue on that wall over there. And then
Well,
from there, I think
oh,
that's it. I think
what you
that we've
buy?
pretty much gotten everything that we can get
There's some things
from him.
money can't buy.
We'll just save up then for a rocket launcher so I can use it, but I don't know where would I use it at.
Why not try your hand at a new gun, stranger? Might save your life. Will that be all then?
The area is well guarded. I need to be careful. A radio tower. That's where I need to go.
Alright, so it's another bug buster, so we should be able to get them fairly easy now that we know the trick that they like to perch on walls and especially high up. So I know I'm gonna use the rest of my rifle ammo on these faraway enemies, but I just want to try to get them out of the way so I don't have to deal with them. Because I feel like if I don't, then I'm going to have multiple enemies coming down a hill towards me, And at least with this, I don't have to worry about having multiple enemies. But before we drop down, let's go ahead and look to see if we can spot the next bunk. It doesn't look like there's any over here. Just the body heat of some enemies that we just killed. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bait that enemy into walking into the automated turrets gunfire, but given the way that these are, it's probably going to hit him a little bit and then probably going to miss. So we're gonna just go ahead and try to see if I can get him on the knees and then move into a position where it will hit him. Well, that didn't work as planned, so we're just gonna hit him from afar and just hope he dies. I really like that if you bunch the enemies up together, especially when they have like the whip parasite out, that it would cause like them to get hit by the parasite. I also like that the enemies will sometimes hit each other with their weapons and stuff, especially when they throw dynamite, because they're like, yeah, we can throw it at her. She's like, it's not like she's not right there. Um, I just think it's so silly that they're just like, yeah, this is a good idea. It pays to level up your weapons, but it also pays to make sure that you keep extra ammo. I thought that I made enough, but with the way that everything is, we're fighting our way uphill. I'm probably don't have it enough. Thankfully, there's resource boxes and everything hanging around, so I should be able to just restock as we go. But for now, I'm just going to try to see if I can find the other bug. I think, oh, there he is. I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot him with my pistol because I don't have any ammo for my rifle. So the only thing it's good for is just scoping out any enemies or any of the hidden bugs that might be hanging around. So for now, I'm just gonna keep looking around. I'm sure that he's probably like on the other side someplace that I haven't visited just yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and just keep going, and I might have to go back to the arena area because I think I missed some treasure. Alright, last bug done. And I think that's it for the request. We don't have to do anymore. From now on, it's just making sure that we grab any treasure that we come across and saving up our money for a rocket launcher.
One thing after another today.
So it looks like we've reached the destination of where we need to go to, but I'm really wondering why we have to drop through a hole in the ground. Like, I know the facility is basically like repurposing old facilities that are on the island. Like when they were researching Plagas in and making the regenerators, they were basically had just repurposed the back of like a place where the people would eat. And so they took like the freezers and like the food preparation area all the way in the back and turned it into a research facility, and then jury rigged some like power lines so that it could get power from the generators, but the generators would turn off and on, and that's why the regenerators were able to escape. So this looks like there was an explosion of some sort, Possibly somebody was trying to get out, or something was trying to get in. I don't know. But it looks like we're in a back room of a research facility. Alright, I really don't like the ominous thumping and shaking, which means that there's something really big either above or below me or right on the same level as me, but I'm gonna go with probably above or below. But it looks like whatever it is went on a rampage. So it looks like they were studying both the amber and the relationship between the parasite and the host, and they were able to strengthen a bond between a parasite and a host in one of their experiments. But it looks like she still wants to find out a little bit more about a superior species of plagas, which are only in the higher echelons of Los Illuminados. So like Sadler and all those other people that are right underneath them. And it sounds like they are very hesitant to allow her to experiment on them. Angry even, like, how dare you, make do with what you got. But whatever they created, it doesn't look like it worked out in their favor. So something that I really like about the reports or the diary or journal entries that we get for Resident Evil scientists is that they'll give you a play-by-play of everything that they did to create the bioweapon, whether that's they were experimenting on a person or that they were growing the bioweapon in a lab. And they'll talk about like the capabilities of this creature. They'll talk about how how they're ensuring that they would be able to control this creature, and usually boast and things like that. Like they'll get the head researcher spot or something like that, or they'll be allowed onto the board of Umbrella, or they'll become like part of the Los Illuminados or something, like the higher echelons. And then the next or last note that we find of them is usually it's escape. We can't stop it. Everybody run, or I'm in so much trouble, you know. And then you find their dead body next to like that note. And I just love it so much because the Resident Evil series just basically is just like you can play God all you want, but you're not gonna like what happens when you do.
Guess my new friend was the result of some experiment.
So it looks like this is why they're experimenting on Martinico so much, is because they were basically using him to synthesize and understand the amber's effects on Plagas and how that can create a superior Plagas relationship between the parasite and the host. And so once they understood that and studied it to the point where Martinico's mutated to what's chasing us, they then injected that superior strain into Krauser, which turned him into what we fought as Leon. But because of their studies, the researcher drew the eye of Sadler, who basically is just like, you have a choice. Take this and join my flock as like a mindless person, or take this and I command you to kill yourself. Given that we don't find their body here, it's possible that they just turned into one of the mindless like people, and the person that we killed was that head researcher.
Lasers. Better watch out. Well, that was excessive. This is it. Now, how to connect the device. I'm at the site and jacked into the main terminal. You're going to blow up this entire island, including the president's daughter. Won't that make things harder for you?
There's no room for half measures. The weak exist to serve the strong. Enough talk. Bring me the amber. I've arranged a way for you to get back to the island.
Copy that. On it now. Okay, Luis. What was it that you said again? You should have known by now, Whisker. I don't always play by your rules. Okay, I'm done here. Only one way through this. Always have an out.
Sweet child, do not resist.
Got you now, Sadler. Now, find Leon and Sadler.
So officially we are in the last chapter of Separate Ways. I'm a little sad to see it go just because I really like the Resident Evil franchise. It's fun and campy and I just love it so much, even though it frustrates me and I get upset about, like, you know, experimentation on humans. This is pretty much all Umbrella does. But I do want to do more Resident Evil games on my channel. I've played through RE4, which you'll find the link at the end of the video. I've also played through all of 8, and then partially played through 2 for the channel for a Halloween special, And Nicola partially played through 3 for a Halloween special as well. So if you want to see any of the other ones on the channel, just let us know. You can send a message to us on Twitter, or you can leave a comment here with a favorite Resident Evil game that you want to see me play through. Now with that being said, we've reached the end of our video, and I'm going to go ahead and leave you here. I hope you are enjoying it. I am too. And I will see you in the finale. Bye.